Hey, how you doing? This is Kitch, and you are watching me play Factorio. I decided I think it's time to go ahead and get a little bit of a rail system up and running. And unfortunately, this part of the previous bus area where we were doing all the buffering is going to be right in the way of my big plans for that, so it had to go. I've been up here with a couple of robots helping me along, just trying to get rid of it. And I think we're close. We just got some belt. I threw down a couple of extra warehouses that I had laying around in my pocket down here, and I've just been throwing all this stuff into there. We'll sort through it at a later date. I did set up all of our smelting stuff, at least all of the things we had before. I mean, I figured, we kind of already did it. A lot of this stuff we've already done before. There's nothing new here. It's just reorganizing it. Let's just get a little bit of a look at it here. I actually brought this stuff in a little bit tighter. I think we can go a lot further down, and I left a little extra space. Who knows what we'll need. But we can continue out. But we have our iron and steel here, tin, lead, solder, gold, aluminum, silver. We haven't really used that yet, but we had it, so hey, why not? Copper, and then bronze, as well as brass, which requires the nickel and copper, while this requires tin and copper. So we're using, I'm sorry, that's zinc. Zinc, not nickel. Did I say nickel? I thought I said nickel. If I didn't say nickel, I meant zinc. And over here we have the silicon. This is basically just what we did before. The only thing we lack is glass. I think we have everything for that, though. And I want to also extend this down and make concrete eventually. But we're making the plates. We just don't have them connected up to the rest of the factory. That's why I said I wanted to make trains. And as I was looking in right here, I think this is the power line I wanted to run it on. And yeah, this is... I'm actually thinking, we've got four spaces here, so I'm actually thinking about running a rail system here and a rail system here to have four all day. I don't know. I want to leave space for it. We'll just start out with two, and I technically could have done the bottom one since it's open, but I don't know. I have this thing with building the factory that you want to build, so that's what that was about. But yeah, all these bootstrap little maker things I've taken out, so we're not doing that anymore. The charcoal is out, and that's not good. But it's not like we're really hurting for plate right now since our plate isn't going anywhere. So I'm not gonna worry too much about that. All right, well, I'm going to continue to clean this up, and then I'm going to dump all this junk off and get a whole new set of junk in my inventory. And we'll come back, and we will lay a little bit of rail. All right, so I think I want to start at this end. I have my blueprint book that I made in the Kitch's Blueprint Book series that is set to line up with these power poles, so it should line up somewhat well here with this grid that we're setting up. Looks good to me. Bam, we'll place that down, and there we go, the very first piece of rail laid for Kitch's railroad here. Yeah, we'll just go ahead and lay this down. Boy, there's not a lot of length here. Oh, you know what? I bet Ghost Placer is going to be awesome for this. If I just let all my robots catch up. They can go and do all the other little tidbits, like the power poles and the signals. And we're already out of charge. But if you guys would just focus on the power poles and the signals, I can't tell you how awesome that would be. And I think that would really speed this process along. Oh, the blueprint books go back in your inventory. Let's put that back on the bar. I haven't really thought too much on the rail network, other than I was thinking about having 2 rails coming up top here and 2 rails going on the bottom. Basically having 2 separate networks that just join in some places. I don't know. We may just stick with one. We'll see how it goes. Thinking about doing basically 2 cars, 1 engine, 2 train cars, 2 trains, basically. That is what I've been doing in the last couple of series. That seems to be fine. I'm kind of thinking that as far as this playthrough has been going, that there's going to be like a little bit of a lot of things in each one of these, rather than just having a massive amounts of one big thing. I considered doing double-headed trains. I think that's going to get a little complicated. Ooh. Let's see. How far is... I know I have some red belt in that warehouse. We'll come back for you. Oh, it's just right here. Okay, good. Yeah, we want the undergrounds, and let's just grab some belt while we're here. Oh, no, that's not the button I wanted to hit. Okay, and let's see, let's just go ahead and drop these guys off. I noticed that our backlog of stuff has finally cleared out. I thought it would, but it has officially now, which means we're no longer running off of our backflows of ore, which is a bad thing, good thing. I'm not sure what kind of thing that is. It's a thing. It's just a thing is what that is. Something to observe. Now that we have the brass plates, we can actually continue on that process, which is something I've been wanting to do now for about 12 episodes. It'll be nice to finally get our next levels. I think we can actually get the next level ores with that. Let's see, do we have some repair packs in here? We should. Yeah, there we go. All right, and now we're going to have to get in and do some conflicts that we're going to have to resolve here. This one should be easy enough. It's like I always carry around all this stuff in my inventory, and I'm like, do I need all this stuff? But you never know when you're going to need a pipe, right? You just never know. All right, so that's going to bring that to here. Okay. And, let's see, where's our power poles at? Is that it right there? That doesn't look right. No, I think that is it. I think that is it right there. Okay, yeah, that's our 4 spaces. So our blueprints, our train is going to come here. Okay, and then we're going to have one of these. Right. This doesn't look right to me. That's because it's not. All right, so that's not going to line up with the power poles. So we're just going to have to ignore the power poles, and we're just going to have to trust that that right there is going to work. I think it will. And we'll have to take out the power poles and rerun those so they work with our world. All right, let's go ahead and take all this out and figure out a new way to deal with this. Some of these we're going to have to continue to run. Things like, I think, charcoal. Some of these we can just let drain out. We want to keep the charcoal because that's currently running the power. Granted, we have a pretty big backlog of that right now, but... and what kind of buffers are we running here? Like, for example, iron. All right, it's, like, insignificant. We can go ahead and take that out. Tin, fairly insignificant. We'll take that out. And steel, I'm just going to assume you're insignificant as well. We'll dump those in there, and we can hook these buffers back up should we need to someday. Really what I'm concerned about, I think, is just the stone and the steel right now, because that is what we need to make all of our railroad tracks. And this, I think we're no longer using that, alginic acid. We were using it to make solder. We're making solder in other interesting ways right now. This pipe, are we using that? Not sure, but let's go and set that down again just so we get all the signals. I'm taking the power poles out, although I think that one may be good. There. Yeah, and I think we can just hook these up. This power pole is good. Then we have another implied power pole right in the middle of that we're not going to be able to put in. And that is okay. All right. That needs to go up. That needs to go down. That is probably important. You are important. And you are important. All you guys, not so much. All right, and what does this do? This goes up. Oh, that was our old solid fuel line. Okay, it can go away as well. Not that it didn't fare us very, very well. Not that we're not very appreciative, but yeah, it's not needed anymore. All right. Okay, now what I'm thinking is I should be able to just blueprint this and just kind of throw that everywhere that we run into it. all the way down the bus and just kind of in preps for what we're dealing with here. You're going that way. You're going that way. Nope, that's wrong. That's fine. We just need to flip that. I don't know if that was easier or not. I'm kind of submitting that it is currently not. that didn't seem like it was saving us much. Oh, great. Yeah, I think the power poles are going to have right-of-way here. That way, that way, that way. In. Are all those in? Oh yeah, it's them all. Everything's in. And let's see. I mean, I don't know how far we need to take this down, really, now that I'm thinking about it. Well, I mean, I guess we're going to be converting it all over, so it needs to go as far as it needs to go. But I'm also thinking, I don't know how permanent all this stuff is down here. I mean, I'd like to make this more spaced out for train stations, as well as possibly larger, especially circuit production. Our clay maker, our brick maker here, I would like to move that up here, where we're making concrete and stuff like that. So for now, yeah, I think we just run it all the way. Some of these are not looking like they're going to be very convenient for train stations, at least at the size they're at, just because they require so many things. One of those has got to be an out, right? Yeah, you are. Oh, and we're out of undergrounds. Hey, we just have to have some right there. Yeah, You're going to be flipped. All this other stuff, I think, is right. That is... Oh, nope, that's going the wrong way, too. Got really lucky with some power pole placement there. And I'm sitting here thinking, okay, yeah, the base robots have this. It's gonna be just fine. Not remembering. Ooh, what's in this warehouse? Oh, that's where I'm keeping all that ludicrous amount of crystal dust that I've accumulated. I mean, one thing I guess we could do... Oh, I spoke too soon. One thing I suppose we could do is maybe just kind of make this work as a bus temporarily for a while. I mean, it's producing blue science, provided we give it what it needs. I don't know. I kind of want to do it all in one foul swoop, though. Are we finally out of rail? Yippee. That should have given it plenty of time to build up, though, so I bet we've got a lot more. Yes, we do. Signals and stuff. We're still doing well on that. Yeah, I mean, because it's one thing to have the rails run through your base. That's one thing. We have to have stations and stuff set up, or else they're just kind of worthless. All right. Let's see. Where's my car? It's up there. All right. Oh, you know what we can do? I bet. I can't pick it up. Can I deconstruct planet and pick it up that way? No. That's lame. Oh well, we're not that far away. All right, yeah, and these electrolyzers are all out of bounds. We're going to have to do something about that. But I just kind of wanted to play and look over here real quick. Let's see. Let's run back because I want to pick up one of those extra warehouses. Let's see which one has... you both do. You have more. Let's grab some of that. Let's grab some loaders. There's all that belt I was looking for last episode. Some power poles and rail signals. And warehouse. And do we have any chests? Yeah, we do. All right, so I think we want to try to build stations based off of the warehouses, but I'm not quite sure what that's going to look like because I've never done that before. All right, so this over here is where we're probably going to have stations. Let's just start here in this area, and let's throw down a warehouse. I think you could use loaders to load directly onto trains. Let's just take a look. Let's get some sizing down here. Where are my little... Oh, okay. It was facing the wrong way. All right. So there's our train. It looks to me like one of these is the size of a train car. Isn't that convenient? Train cars. Grab some of those. Grab some of those, and let's just set this up for realsies to see how that's going to work. Hey, achievement. All right. Okay, and let's see. Does that work? That does not work. Is it just that transport belt isn't a good item? Or is it that you're maybe not in the station? Do we have anything that would work for fuel? Egan. Schedule, add a station, Egan, go. Okay, you are definitely in the station. You are definitely open. Okay, and just as an experiment here, if we do that to a chest, that works fine. All right, so we cannot load directly into a train. That's disappointing. However, we can... let's see... I'm not mass producing stack inserters in the mall. But I bet we can do this. I don't know if I'm doing something wrong with those, because I swear I've seen that happen before, where loaders go directly into a train. I didn't know if it's maybe just a level 2 thing, or how that works. Alright, well, I mean, I guess it is what it is. And if that's going to be how big that has to be... That's how big that's going to have to be. Really. Would it make more sense? I think it would probably make more sense, now that I'm thinking about it, just to have the warehouse not on top of me, but right here next to the train, and then run our inserters like that. Yeah, just take the loaders out of the equation, which is unfortunate. I was really looking forward to loading train cars very, very quickly using loaders. That's okay, though. Okay, so that's not too bad as far as spacing goes. We can get them that tight, which really isn't bad. That curve's not looking right to me. Does that look the same angle as this one? It sure doesn't to me. Yeah, see, that's... No? I guess that's right. Huh, just looks a little off. Okay, so that's the size of our stations that we can do. And, yeah, we can load that up. Maybe. Well, I guess we can do a loader up there. Into that one. And then we'd have to take the other one off the side. And I think we have enough room for a belt going right there, twirling around, and going in. So I think that would work. All right, we got plenty of room to fit that in there. And maybe even enough to put a little bit of a stacker there. All right, well, there's a good idea going forward. I'm going to see if I can't refine that again and see. And I'm looking up loaders and trains because I feel gypped. I feel like I've seen that before. Oh, well, we'll find it out. Thank you very much for watching. I really appreciate it. I'll see you next time.